Hello and welcome back to Anti-Depressing. This is the show where we talk about everything from liturgy
to Lexapro.
Woo!
How are you guys doing? How's the world?
You feeling good out there?
Hopefully.
Every time we ask, how you doing? I think of the Bo
Burnham thing where it's like, I am not
doing good.
Which is honestly everyone's response. I am not doing good.
I just got an email that said, update, inflation just rose again. And I was like, why?
Yay.
I didn't ask for this email.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Happy morning, everybody.
I cannot wait. You know that inflation is bad. I know there's like a lipstick theory where where inflation, you can judge that it's bad because different kinds of lipsticks start coming out because it all circles back to the patriarchy. And how women, and it's the long skirt theory as well. Like women start dolling themselves up because back in the day you'd have to start dolling yourselves up to like get more money from men. And so the lipstick theory is when you'll start seeing like lots of lipsticks and nail polishes and makeup like start to come out.
Women are like, I'm going to need a wealthier man if I'm going to survive.
And that's
in this
when you know that inflation's getting worse.
Wow.
And if you start Googling and looking, it's like rode the you know, like the chapstick craze. Yeah, like it's all happening and like
oh my.
Yeah, so anyway, it's happening. I know that inflation's getting bad personally when I try to buy some chips and
so expensive.
It's a half air. I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
Inflation.
You're like, normally it's at least like a fourth air.
But
we've
now,
gone full half.
We've gone full half when
they
you
can't
open
afford
it and you're like, this is just straight air. So
that's sad.
So in antidepressing
in antidepressing news, this is now a finance podcast.
Yeah, I know.
We covered pop culture, we did sports, now we're back
go.
Some finance because
that's just how we do it. Whoop. So Jasmine, how are you?
I'm doing so good. Besides for that, just daunting email. I actually want to share some exciting news for the crew because we haven't announced this yet. Chanel and I, aka the women of Anti-Depressing, which we never say our names when we intro this podcast.
Yeah,
I know.
I wouldn't be surprised if like nobody knows.
Like if
our
this
actual
is your
names.
first time listening, you do not know
our names.
Chanel Shaw
and Jasmine Jobert.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very confusing if you're not watching.
Yeah,
we introduced each other.
Yeah.
But we will be at the Young Catholic Professionals Conference in Dallas in April. So if you are coming, please come find us.
Say hi to us.
Please come hang out. We have to plan out our outfits, and we're getting kind of overwhelmed about that.
Yeah.
So if you have any opinions.
We still need to go look for some
because
sneakers.
we're like, we're not like gonna wear heels. we're not gonna be fancy, but we need some cute sneaks. We need maybe like a jumpsuit. I feel like it's kind of our brand. We need to be in our color scheme. We're going to get really specific here. So
So if
maybe
you
we'll
see
take
us
you along when
in those outfits,
please tell us we look good.
Affirm us. Be like, wow, this is the best outfit I've ever seen.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have like, I don't know, some sticker. Like we should have something.
We should ask. Yeah, we should ask our producer.
We should walk around with like buttons like we're campaigning for nothing.
We're going to pray on that. Anti-Depressing 2024. So we should just pass out those. Vote for us. Vote for
Live anti-depressed in 2024.
Little depressants. Vote for us.
Little depressants. Is that what you want to be called? We keep asking.
The little depressants. I honestly have been hearing that depressants is a pretty popular one. Like people like
have been calling themselves depressants.
Yeah. Which I like that one.
I think it should be just like ADs. I don't know.
The ADs.
ADs sounds like, I don't know.
We got to Google it and make sure that
I'm
it
like,
doesn't
what does
weirdly
that mean?
mean something else.
I'm scared to say that out loud.
Yeah. But I do like that. So we will see you at the YCP conference. We're so excited to be there. It's our first big gig, which is exciting.
I know. We're conferencing.
Yeah, we're conferencing.
We're going to be recording live.
And we're going to have some
come check it out.
Stories that'll really like rock your socks off. Maybe we'll meet Butker.
Maybe we'll meet Harrison
Maybe
Butker.
We'll meet Butker Range.
It could be our dream come true.
It could be
Who else could be there? Like, I don't know. Is David Henry going to be there?
He was 1 degree away from Travis Kelce. So then we'll be 2 degrees away from Taylor Swift. So maybe we can meet him. Maybe we can meet David Henry.
I know.
Maybe we can meet.
I have big dreams for who's going to be
I don't
here.
know. Jonathan Rumi. Who knows?
What's Mark
Wahlberg. Stay prayed up.
There,
Who knows? Whatever.
I don't know. I'm putting a lot of pressure on this conference.
Yeah, who knows?
Now.
And I actually need to Google.
I don't
because
even know.
They probably put on their website.
I've never been to YCP.
I've never been to a conference.
But I'm so excited. You've never been to a conference?
Oh, sorry, to their conference.
I was like, we were just at NCYC.
Whoops. Yeah, I've never been to their conference, so I'm very excited. And it's going to be lots of fun. I've been to some YCP events here in Orlando.
Yeah, they're never the bigs.
And they really do it up. So I am excited.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so we'll see you guys there.
That's how I am, apparently. I just want to give that a little update.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I am also doing well, just working. Yesterday, I answered all my emails. Woo, praise God. And so got me, well, by all I mean, I went from 88 to 17. So, which
that's all
is a win. That's like
that's
all,
pretty much
right?
all of them.
And so really excited about that. Now just got to plow through some text messages. But last night.
How many do you
just
have?
like 50. But it's less than the 100.
We're going to be doing that after this.
And so,
sorry if you're in Chanel's unread text messages.
I am really sorry because I do see it.
It's been a hard week.
And it has been a long, hard week. And I will 100% respond to you with, I'm really sorry. And I am because I'm sorry. And so... yeah, so that, and then I got to sleep over at your house yesterday and have some chips and dip, normal staying at Jasmine's house stuff. Yeah, and got to watch The Bachelor. Oh my gosh, which he is so cute. And
we still love him.
Yeah, and even last night on the episode, pertains to how I'm doing because I have a parasocial relationship with Joey from The Bachelor. One of the contestants was like, you were just so emotionally stable, like, I don't know what to do. Shout out to Daisy. And she was just like, I actually don't know what to do. Like, you're so emotionally well. And he was like, thanks. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Chanel had chills.
Oh my gosh. Like, even him acknowledging that he was like,
I am.
What is going on?
I'm actually fine. And he cries.
Oh,
like, he has real feelings.
Yeah. Which we should talk about in another episode, how the first 30 seconds of the episode, he's crying about his fears of being, like, not chosen. And I was like, Jasmine, for some reason, he's kind of annoying me now. And you were like,
And then you pointed out later, I'm just going to put you on. Is this okay?
No, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Later on in the episode, she was like, it's kind of crazy that all three of the final contestants have really good relationships with their fathers. Like, they have really healthy relationships. And I was like, well, is it crazy that these three girls that have great relationships with their emotionally stable fathers are pursuing a relationship with this very emotionally stable man? I was like, I don't know. Coincidence?
I think not.
Because and then Chanel was like, that's why I'm starting to not like him.
That's why I'm starting, because I was like, he's not ignoring them.
There's nothing interesting happening.
Not ignoring them and not, like I want him to ignore them a little bit more. No, but not actually.
So if you're a girl who's struggling at the end and is like, wow, Joey's really getting deep in this. Granted, he should go to therapy over the charity stuff. We get it. We get it. She didn't choose you. That's really heartbreaking. But thank you for being open with, like, processing that this is difficult. Great. Absolutely. But you should also, like, seek help if you haven't, Joey. Yep. We're concerned. But if you're a girl who's watching and is like, wow, he's getting a little boring to me, maybe check in with yourself. That could be coming from somewhere. We realize it was for both of us. So
and maybe this is just a gentle nudge. Maybe this is a gentle nudge to just check in with yourself and be like, why am I annoyed by a man that's crying and expressing his feelings? It is, why is that an ick? Why is that at the top of my ick list,
It's actually so true.
Speaking of icks,
I got
not
comfortable?
2 icks that I saw were hilarious. So how icks are the things that gross women out that are like, have nothing to do with actual bad things.
Yeah.
Well, I saw one that was like a man running after a basketball. Like, it's like watching.
Just like the least attractive thing.
Yeah. And like watching and like him holding up an umbrella for himself. Like, ick. And then what was another one? Like,
oh my gosh. That's so funny. I always tell Steven, I'm like, just carry an umbrella. And he's like,
just kind of looks a little ick.
People don't really do that. And I'm like, you can carry an umbrella.
Yeah. Or
they don't want to.
Yeah. Gosh, what were the other ones? But maybe I'll find them by the end of the episode. But a man running after a basketball or like
That's
any kind
really
of ball,
funny.
I can see it in my brain and I know why it's an ick because I'm like,
Yeah,
it just kind of looks
like the full sprint. I know.
Yeah, and you're like. So anyway, just
That's
a gentle
hilarious.
nudge to yourself, ladies, and to us and to everyone,
icks.
just to check in with yourself because that should not be an ick. And,
it shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be because it's healthy.
It shouldn't be.
So,
okay.
Jasmine, I would love to hear some antidepressant Catholic news.
I'm so excited to share with you. So this is really fun for the Catholic Church. Cabrini, the movie about Saint Cabrini, was released in mainstream theaters. And I just think it's so interesting to see like the response and just the power of a saint story being displayed at like that capacity, and not just like released on Formed or released on, which are all good, but to see it actually in theaters and see people's response to it. Obviously, it's pretty early to know like how the movie's going to do and how all of that is. I checked Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't have a score yet. But a lot of people are like, this is awesome. This is a really cool story of like immigration and also like a saint and like a woman who was not afraid to like stand up for herself, and it got released on International Women's Day. It's so cool. So tell me your thought. I know we haven't seen it.
We should watch it, but we are. I have heard like a lot of good feedback from it.
Yeah, same.
From a lot of my friends have been like, this movie is really good. And if you like watching and if you like watching well done, like Christian content, it's there.
Which is rare.
Which is rare. And like, my alarm, I'm awake, babe. If you like watching like well done content, Christian content especially, like movies, it is very good. And
that's awesome.
And the content is really good. And it expresses the strength of Mother Cabrini in a way that is just like, and just like super powerful. This is the feedback that I've heard from people. So it makes me really excited to see it. And
I know, me too.
They've honestly been promoting it like so much.
They have been doing it.
So I figured it had to be like at least somewhat good. And I've been hearing positive feedback.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you've seen it, let us know. Once we see it, we will let you know our official thoughts. But just really exciting to see a story like that, like put in mainstream theaters. So cheers to all the people that worked so hard to make that happen, to all the actors, to everybody involved in making the film. We are so excited to see that happening. We love it.
We love it.
Are you ready to
Jasmine, let's dance it out.
Let's do it.
Love. Well,
peace,
oh my gosh.
Happiness.
I love you. So Jasmine chose some wonderful stories for this week, you guys.
For those of you who don't know, Chanel is normally the story picker of the two of us. She's more in touch with what's happening in the pop culture world.
No, but
I was like, baby, I got it this week.
At this point, I surrender my crown.
Because I was like, I need to find stories that will impress Chanel so much that she'll be shook.
And she has. And so you guys, our first story is a vegan donut shop used Dunkin Donuts as its own vegan gluten-free treats.
Like just bought them and then sold them.
Okay. So if you're watching, which check us out on YouTube. So you can actually see.
We also, I think, have Spotty.
And check us out on Spotty
video.
On Spotty Video.
That was an accident,
you can also see this, but I'm putting it up. Okay. So everyone recognizes
you see the D?
Dunkin Donut.
I
Okay.
Saying that.
It's a
Do you see the Dunkin
It's a donut. We'll edit that part out. So it's a donut.
Do you see the Dunkin Donut?
It's sprinkle? A donut with a bunch of D sprinkles on it, right? Okay. So that is obviously a Dunkin Donut. We're all familiar with it.
She didn't even I actually don't know that.
Didn't even try. And I believe it was a lady. Didn't even try to scrape the D's off, right? Which honestly would be, would make it easier to not identify them. Yes. But I also do want to say, but first,
You have a lot.
Yeah.
This is the most offensive thing to Chanel.
This is very offensive.
Tough.
So bakery accused of reselling Dunkin Donuts as its own vegan, gluten-free treats. Okay. New York's Division of Food Safety, according to Today, an inspection is conducting a full investigation into accusations that a baker resold donuts from Dunkin' under the guise they were vegan and gluten-free treats she made herself. Okay. On March 3rd, Cindy Snacks, a vegan market in Long Island, posted the accusation on Instagram against the Savory Fig, a Long Island vegan bakery. Okay. And you guys, this Instagram is long. I mean, she really came with receipts. Yeah, she said, here are the donuts that I got. And then, so she messaged this woman who owns this bakery, the Savory Fig, and said like, hey, I'm not trying to get all up in your grill. I just want to ask, like, are these Dunkin' Donuts? Because these are definitely D sprinkles. Okay. Yeah. And like, hey, I just, want to let you know because you're also selling them as vegan and gluten free. And for those of us baddies that have celiacs, which is not me, but I know people that have severe gluten allergies and or like medical things that they have to address.
Or like vegan, you could be like allergic to dairy.
Allergic to dairy. You can literally not have, animal byproduct. So she said, are these Dunkin' Donuts? And the lady responded, she was like, I'm super offended that you would even insinuate that. They are not Dunkin' Donuts. I actually bought sprinkles on Amazon and put them on there.
With letters. And but you only put the orange and pink D's.
Okay. So then the woman that messaged her bought those same sprinkles on Amazon. And they are obviously not the same sprinkles.
Not even the same size.
And they're not even the same size. And was like, dude, this is not. Okay. So then she cut into the donut herself, sent it to a lab to have it tested for gluten.
This is iconic.
Okay. And it came back as like a full, like, gluten donut. It's a Dunkin' Donut. Okay. And full.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And so you can do like at home testing. Okay.
So she was like, it is a Dunkin' Donut.
Yes. And so, and I believe that this lady is a distributor to like other shops, which is also why it's like super horrible because then, you could,
she's really getting away with
poisoning people. Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And so the Savory Fig shut down its Instagram page, its Facebook page.
It's time.
Which the Facebook page is still active. It has hundreds of negative comments. She's brave. She's one of God's strongest soldiers.
How
she kept her
Facebook
page open. Yeah, I would close that. On March 5th, Cindy Snacks, who, put this lady on blast, posted an update saying they would not give any further interviews or statements because they don't feel it would serve their mission. It's big of her.
She said, we're done.
Yeah, so she's being investigated.
We are done.
And yeah, she's being investigated and that's it. And so it's just egregious.
I need to hear from you who loves donuts so much. What does this mean to you?
It's egregious. It means to me that Dunkin' Donuts have a taste. And
they do. And it's not
and you guys know what I'm saying. It's giving chalk, okay? and like, hey,
I can spot that flavor anywhere.
Okay. And like maybe it's us lower middle class folks that are able to identify taste.
First bite.
We're like, this tastes like Dunkin' Donuts, right? Or like, this kind of tastes like McDonald's, like it smells like it, or like you walk into somewhere, you're like, this smells like a Subway. Like it all. It just,
remember when we walked through that tunnel at NCYC, and was it you that was like, this smells like a McDonald's playground?
Yeah,
like this specific, like smells,
like smells, taste, and it's like identifiable. It's not fair to think that people don't know those things.
Yeah,
and Dunkin' is one of the most identifiable donut brands, recognizable. And their donuts are trash. I'm sorry for all my Bostonians out there. I'm sorry. And And their coffee is lake water to the best. And
the only good thing about their coffee is when they do like the $1.99 extra large. Yeah, baby,
and if you get someone who
deal.
values their life on that particular day that wants to make your coffee good, then you won. But like
the donuts aren't.
The donuts are not good. They're chalky, and they're great for children because it's just frosting. Yeah, but like they're just not. They're not.
So to like have the audacity to resell them as like handcrafted vegan.
What a shame. And granted, for all my people out there that are like, wait, Chanel, but you're wrong. What about the double chocolate Dunkin Donuts, the cake ones? Okay, those ones are kind of good. Okay. What about the blueberry muffins? Okay, those are kind of good.
But as a whole,
not that good. So shame on you, Savory Fig, for lying because that's against Christian values.
Whoa,
And on, girl, you could have just scraped the D sprinkles off.
I know. Like, if you're going to try to deceive Long Island, just be smarter.
So close to Boston.
So silly.
Like so close to the home of Dunkin Donuts. Like
so the home. Who is Dunkin Donuts spokesperson right now?
Ben Affleck.
It's been making me laugh so hard. It's like hysterical.
Like scrape the D sprinkles off.
In Ben Affleck's home, you are going
at least
so close.
Like it's just really crazy. So like shame on her. So so shame on her. The Savory Fig, New York Division of Food Safety, please investigate her. Send her to jail. Okay, cut the tape. Don't even cut the tape. Send her to jail. Jail, underneath the jail, because
straight to jail,
because that's a crime.
That is really bad. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. I knew this was going to be a good one. I knew you were going to have a lot of thoughts, and I'm so happy to hear it. Are you ready for our next story? Or are you not ready? If you have more,
I honestly got kind of like,
you look like you're going to cry a little.
I'm just thinking to myself, like they all have the same, they all have different tastes. Like how would you think that people don't know? Like
it's so insane.
They all have different tastes.
It's really rude.
So that's really rude. That's it.
Okay. We can process this more later. I know.
It's just like, that's crazy to me. And they were probably like $4.
That is the craziest part. Yeah. You're selling a 99-cent donut for what? $4?
It was probably $5? Like $4. We should check into that. It was probably
craft
like $4.
donuts here are like $4 or $5. Yeah. This is in Long Island.
Yeah.
Like it's probably like $6.
It's probably like $6 for a Dunkin vegan gluten-free donut.
Like those people should be reimbursed.
They should.
Those people should be compensated. That's absurd.
If you're a
person who ate it and didn't realize it was Dunkin Donuts, maybe you shouldn't be compensated.
Wow.
Think twice.
If you've been victimized by the Savory Fig, please do not reach out to us because we do not have legal.
But find a lawyer. Because this is a crime.
So that's it.
All right. Okay, you ready to hear about some other trauma?
I am.
Okay. We would like to take a moment. We have been watching award shows. We've been watching speeches. And the speeches that have won our heart this year have pretty much all come from Robert Downey Jr. Mm-hmm. He has been, there should be a separate award ceremony. I stand by this. At the end of the award ceremonies where they award the best speeches of the year. Mm-hmm. And like him and John Mulaney are just coming up. They're coming up so hot on all their speeches, on all their announcements. Like John Mulaney presented one of the awards at the Oscars. And he just synopsed a movie. I think it was Field of Dreams. Yes, it was. He just talked, you know how he does in if you've watched any of his stand-ups, he's done this for Home Alone. He's done this for multiple other movies where he just goes full send and then keeps describing the movie. So he did this for Field of Dreams and people were like, John Mulaney, we get it. If this was you auditioning to take Jimmy Kimmel's spot and host the Oscars next year, you did it. Mm-hmm. Your audition tape passed. You should host the Oscars. It was hilarious. So him and RDJ are really winning our hearts. And Robert Downey Jr. won an award, Best Supporting Actor. So congrats to him. And Oscar. And his first line of his speech was, "I want to thank my terrible childhood." First line.
Wow.
And people are like, yeah, what a great opener. Mm-hmm. And his whole speech was hilarious. But I would love to focus on that, and he talks about how he wouldn't have been on that stage without his wife and without her support.
He loves his wife.
Yes, and he gives a shout out to his stylist. He talks about how his publicist is kept everything like light for him and like really worked overtime for him. And I just like love the little shout outs he gives. But how do you feel about the celebrities giving shout out and applauding their terrible childhoods for making them who they are?
I think that it's wonderful that he gave a shout out to his trauma because I don't know, people in mental health world, which you would know much better than I do. But I think, some people in mental health world say that we don't have to like access our trauma. It doesn't really like, we can kind of let it go and then like move forward, move past it. We don't have to keep like, going back to it. But I think it's good to like reference it, acknowledge it, and then be like, this helped me,
Yeah.
Not that it was necessary because like do we need to go through that? I don't know. But it's like, it was great to, if we wouldn't have, then I don't know, would we have been the people that we are? I don't know.
Would we be as funny?
Would we be as funny? Would I be as silly
I don't know.
if I didn't go through such weird relationships when I was a kid with
I don't know.
my parental figures? So I think that it was great that he called it out. And especially I just think it like gave people a nod to be like, you know what? RDJ like went through a lot.
Yeah.
I'm calling him RDJ like I know him, but he went through a lot.
He's our man.
When he was younger. A lot of people thought that he would just straight up be in jail and he would probably just never amount to anything.
Yeah.
Because he was just like that guy. But now as a fully formed adult, he seems to be making decisions for himself that is much better, and I'm happy for him for acknowledging where he came from.
Yeah,
because a lot of us out there came from somewhere, and it gives hope to be like, hey, look at that.
It's really true.
You can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we'll like thank the people that have been really emotionally present to us.
Yeah,
and we'll be like, so much of who I am is because of you, which is true. But also, it's like so much of who you are is because of the people who have treated you like garbage,
and
like,
you kept me going.
Yeah, because like you showed me what I deserve. You showed me to have standards. Like you do all of these things.
Yep.
And we don't have to go around being like, thank you so much. Like,
sure.
Not like that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's like, wow, that's such an acknowledgement of the fact of the truth of like, I am so much of who I am because of my trauma. Like she formed me. That trauma like formed who I am, how I am as an adult, the profession I'm in, like so much of who you are is because of that. And there's like that trend, that it's like oldest daughters, like how's your career in like the mental health world going, or how's your helping profession? Like it's really like, I'm like,
we all have helping professions. It's
we
true.
We all do.
It's
and
true.
I just love, it's like so true. It's like there are certain things that you go through and like, birth order, certain traumas or certain whatevers that really will influence who you become. And so I think it's fascinating that he mentioned that, and so cool. And to what you were saying, like so many people at the Oscars were probably like, yep, same.
We've all been through something.
And rather than just be like, thank you to this person, like I want to acknowledge where I came from.
Yeah.
And he even had a moment in a speech where he, somewhere along the lines of, he's talking about his wife, like first meeting him, and he was like, you found me like a stray dog and you like gave me a home. Like how he was just like wild and like unruly, and she found him and just like tamed him essentially. And I just think it's so beautiful that he acknowledges like where he was before and how far he's come, especially, which has been kind of the theme of RDJ's speeches this year. Like the earlier one that we talked about, the Critics' Choice Award, he was like, I want to like acknowledge all my critiques over the years and read all of his bad ones. So I really feel like he's taking this moment to be like, I was not always this. I was not always winning Oscars, winning Critics' Choice Awards. Like a lot of life happened before this, which is such a consolation to people who are still trying to like achieve their dreams and grind it out. And they feel like they're in like the early stages, that he was like, this shouldn't just like happen and just wake up. And this was here, So thank you for acknowledging that trauma informs who we are and how we succeed. And it's beautiful. We love to hear it.
Great acknowledgement. Proud of you.
Proud
Oscar
of
winner.
you.
Oscar winner.
Do you want to talk about your girl?
I would love to. Halle Berry. Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey.
It's so hard to say.
I'm struggling.
It's so hard.
Halle Bailey shared why she kept her pregnancy private. As you all know, if you are someone on the intranet, she has her beautiful baby son, Halo. And she shared at an award show why she kept her pregnancy private. She very much did not disclose her pregnancy the whole time she was pregnant. There was speculation, but she didn't talk about it, didn't show her pregnant belly, anything. She just showed little Halo's hand when he was born and a little announcement and was like, I had him. Has not shown his face since. Respect there. And, and at this award show is just like, Halo is my biggest blessing, and I don't owe anyone access to my pregnancy or to him and to what I've built and am a part of, which is my family. And everyone was like, that's a word. That's a word. Good on her.
I love that. Yep.
Good on her. If not a very long story, just something to say. Good on her.
Good on her.
And it's okay to keep things private.
To everybody's
business. You do not need access to everybody's
business. Especially
business.
not a celebrity that you do not know.
Oof.
And in like the world that is so scary for parents, it's like, it's okay that these people who have a huge following don't want to expose their children to that.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, well, she's hiding. How could you hide him from us? It's like, girl.
From us?
From us? From who?
Who do you think you are?
I don't even know you.
It's very wild. Very wild. So anyways, if you are somebody who is not ready to like share that kind of stuff with people, don't be pressured. Don't be pressured. Halle Bailey didn't share her entire pregnancy. People just take their time. And so, give that protection to your children if you feel like they need it. Do what feels comfortable to you in regards to sharing them.
Because you are their
social
first
media,
protector.
sharing them in the world. Yeah.
Yep.
You are number one.
Yep. You are their first protector anyway, so do it.
Do it. People are doing it.
Well, our last story. We're rolling right into it.
Oh, do we have time?
I don't know.
Do we have a meeting?
Am I going to sneeze? Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
Me trying to keep Chanel accountable to her calendar. Just a second.
No, I'm good.
Okay, go quick.
Okay, our last story, there might be a possible.
This is like the shortest story.
A possible Cheetah Girls reunion.
Okay. Raven Simone said it might happen.
Yeah, we all know they're in different stages of their lives right now. Like, if you're keeping up on the internet.
But I would watch that.
But I would watch it.
I would watch that. Okay. Best Cheetah Girls movie, in your opinion?
Best Cheetah Girls 2.
Is that the one in Spain?
That's the one in Spain.
That's my favorite one too.
Yeah, that's the best one.
It's something about the steps. It's something about the singing on the steps. I just...
Yeah. Because they also have the best song in that one.
Yeah. So good.
Party like you're ready for so much more. Yeah, dude.
What's the one on the steps that they sang? Because when is that the strut like you mean it?
Oh, you gotta strut like you mean it.
Free your mind, it's not enough just to dream it. Come on, get up.
Yeah, it's your time to shine. You're like,
that came from so deep inside us.
Yes.
So good. And what is confirmed?
Okay. So, and there is a confirmed Freaky Friday
Freaky Friday
sequel.
Is back.
We are here for the Lindsay Lohan Renaissance. She has a movie on Netflix that we need to watch. It just came out,
really?
Or it's coming out. Yeah,
I watched her one, her like Christmassy one.
Yeah,
really lame but great.
I know. Yeah. And so we're here for her Renaissance. Lindsay Lohan is
way to
healthy
go, Lindsay.
Again. Thank you.
There better be a band reunion in it. That's my only request.
Yeah. Okay.
That band was everything to me. I saw this meme once that was like, I'm gonna tell my kids that this was Nirvana.
As you should. And so Freaky Friday sequel, I remember when I was little, my neighbors won a radio contest for an early screening of Freaky Friday that they took my sister and I to. And it was
that's
awesome.
Iconic.
It was the coolest thing. My mom surprised us and got us dressed in like our Sunday best.
Of course.
We went next door to our neighbor's house and they were like, we're going to go see Freaky Friday. Our neighbor was so cute. He like wore a suit and his wife like wore like a nice dress and they were like, we're taking you guys to the theatre. And we went and we walked in and there was like a big cutout of Lindsay Lohan and my sister and I were like, oh my God.
That's so cool. So we can't wait. Tell us your hopes and dreams for the movie. We cannot wait. So good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it, you guys.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great day.
We love you guys.
The best of times. Mwah.
Wow.
The world is depressing.
But we are not. Love y'all.
Bye.